I believe that when somebody says you're not fighting for the public, I cannot promote.
Though we had anticipated that Shakur would sign an Oscar, it appears that things have changed now when someone says, "You're not fighting for the public." I think that is something I cannot support. It turns out that even Oscar de la Hoya was not compelled by Shakur's ability to make things happen, as he recently told him in an unexpected way. He told him that all he does is run and this and that, but no, we've seen him fight like hard. He's a great fighter. You know and in boxing, you're as good as your last fights. Shakur, on the other hand, did not take this as a simple decision. He responded to Oscar with intriguing and passionate statements for the third quarter of this year. In fact, SEO wants Shakur because he loves the fact that he can fight Shakur, and everyone in the sports industry who was watching Shakur is quite impressed with the most recent developments surrounding him. The talented fighter, whose top-rank promotional contract expired following his recent victory over Artem Harutyunyan, is at the center of a promotional tug-of-war between promoters. On the one hand, he wants the best fighters to compete against each other and allow promoters to work together. But on the other, he tries to freeze out fights as rumors about his next move circulate. Oscar de la Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions surfaced as significant participants, but they made news when they said they wouldn't do a deal with Stevenson. This development has raised eyebrows and cast doubt on Stevenson's future. Shakur Stevenson's tenure at the top rank came to an end when he defeated Artem Harun by unanimous decision. Although the victory was noteworthy in and of itself, it also signaled the end of an era for Stevenson as he entered free agency. The end of Stevenson's contract with Top Rank opened the door to numerous opportunities as a free agent. Bam is adamant that Shakur Stevenson will be a free agent following this fight, and the closer the fight draws, the more he says we can't ignore it. Stevenson's partnership with Top Rank had been fruitful, putting him in the spotlight and solidifying his place as a rising star in the boxing world. At a crossroads in his career, Stevenson was weighing his options and deciding what to do next. Top Rank allegedly offered him a lucrative contract worth at least $15 million for 5 fights, but Stevenson had his sights set on something: music. Then when Stevenson became a free agent, Oscar de la Hoya, a former boxing champion himself, arrived. He is renowned for his keen eye for talent and his capacity to encourage boxers to start him. De la Hoya didn't take long to show interest in the young fighter. "Shakur, please give me a call." He posted a statement on his former account and would love to fight you. After publicly applauding Stevenson's skill, De la Hoya took a surprising step and said that he had changed his mind. De la Hoya made it quite evident that he was a free agent. "Fantastic boxer, incredible potential, but not for me," he went on. "I feel that if someone says they're not fighting for the public, I can't support them." This statement made a lot of people talk because it came as a surprise to De la Hoya, who is renowned for seizing opportunities to sign elite players. Shakur Stevenson, as a free agent, you have a lot of talent, but not for me. Shakur Stevenson didn't keep quiet in response to remarks made by De la Hoya on social media. Stevenson took aim at De la Hoya's comments, saying, "He's mad because he found out I'm not signing with him." Oscar de la Hoya, "Don't worry, you'll move past it." This reaction from Stevenson demonstrated his confidence as well as some tension between the two factions. Though he didn't specifically state it, Stevenson's decision to not sign with Golden Boy Promotions sparked curiosity and questions regarding his future. Describe his next course of action. Stevenson's admiration for his erstwhile promoter, Bob Arum of Top Rank, made many think he might go back to his old haunts. The World Boxing Council ordered a fight between Shakur Stevenson and William Zappa, a rising star under the Golden Boy banner. De la Hoya was not pleased with this order, but I would love to work with him because I think he's a very talented fighter. You know, Shakur needs some good dancing partners. Stevenson's half remained uncertain despite exploring options with Matchroom Boxing PBC and Mayweather Promotions. Thursday talks, De La Hoya voiced his dissatisfaction with the WBC's mandate and questioned the reasoning for their choices. That is the reason you sent that. You know what's crazy? This isn't a cap. I didn't even send that. It was from my section. Let's start with the WBC ordering Shakur Stevenson versus William Zappa. Does that mean that they ordered Canelo versus Benavidez 3 years ago, and that hasn't happened? William will decide soon, and he has 3 other options. De La Hoya added that although Stevenson is an excellent fighter and talent, the philosophical divide in supporting fighters was too much to overcome when it came to ordering. William Zapata versus Shakur Stevenson. Ordering what? Does that imply that they ordered Canelo Benavidez roughly 3 years ago? But that hasn't happened. William will decide. Stevenson's style and strategy in the ring was referenced by De La Hoya in his remarks about not supporting fighters who aren't fighting for the public. This philosophical clash highlighted the difficulties of promotional relationships in boxing, where business decisions are frequently influenced by individual convictions and public perceptions. Music, even if everything is new, there was already some friction between De La Hoya and Shakur, as demonstrated by Shakur's accusation that De La Hoya was now abusing him. Though the lightweight world champion, Shakur Stevenson finds himself in an odd and frustrating situation after a lackluster performance against Edwin Dos Santos in November of last year. The native of Newark has been looking for a high-profile opponent, and his frustration with the lack of action led him to momentarily announce his retirement, indicating just how frustrated he had become. Okay, Stevenson continued, start scoring on this guy now, and emphasize the jab. Before William Zappala's victory over Maxa Hughes on March 16th, there seemed to be a glimpse of optimism earlier this month, according to Street Back Reflexes. Golden Boy Endorsements chief Oscar De La Hoya appeared to reach out to Stevenson, but nothing significant came of this apparent offer, which led Shakur to conclude that De La Hoya's activities were a publicity stunt for the internet. In a statement posted on X, Stevenson voiced his suspicions about De La Hoya's objectives and criticized the promotional chief's behavior toward Oscar De La Hoya. Stevenson wrote, "How can you say my name over and not make the fight happen? Next was you using me to promote your fight or fight music." On July 6. I haven't heard anything about Zappa fighting me yet. Or De La Hoya answered, Zappa is fighting soon for the 2nd time this year. I'll talk to your promoter in the 3rd quarter of this year, suggesting that the bout might not be entirely off the table just yet. Music. This exchange implies that Stevenson and Zuma may face off in the future, but for now, Stevenson has no big fight scheduled. Oscar De La Hoya was keen to sign Shakur Stevenson to his Golden Boy promotions even in the early going. De La Hoya thought Shakur had a lot of potential